now, so please be quiet just for a moment. You're on.
Well, Alan and Larry and the rest of you, I really appreciate this. It's a great honor, you know, to have something thrown in my honor. You know. I didn't realize it was going to be this focused until I got here, but I really do appreciate seeing a lot of people I haven't seen in a long time, and particularly people who were at Wilson and then left. And I was wondering today what I was going to do, you know, when I met these people, if I didn't even remember them, and so far I'm doing okay. A lot of them have come up to me and they said, do you remember me? And I said, yes, I do. And I'm able to recall incidents, you know, right off the top of my head when they come up to me. Like Sue Hall came up to me in the hors d'oeuvres section there, and you know, and right away I remembered all these wonderful anecdotes that we could tell about projects that we worked on. You know, the one in New York being the funniest was we were in New York City working with IBM. We were driving down the street, and I made a left-hand turn into a one-way. And I was going the wrong way in a one-way, and this cop looks at me and he's just shaking his head like, who is this guy? You know? So he just signals me sort of nonchalantly to pull over. And I said, oh, mercy, I'm going the wrong way here. And he sticks his head in the car and he says, do you know where you're going? And I said, no, I actually don't. You know, you got to understand, I'm a little maimed right now, incapacitated by all this stuff that's going on for me right now. And I was trying to, you know, tell him, go circle the story and get into it, and then hit the punchline and just tell him I'm not from here. So he was not buying any of it. And so finally Sue leaned across me and pointed at the guy, and her arm was right in front of me. As you know, her hand is coming back, and she's saying to him, you know, we're not from here. We're unfamiliar with this city. We're not from here. And the policeman all of a sudden changed 180 degrees and said, oh, okay. I didn't know that. I'm sorry. And he sort of apologized. And then he cleared a spot at the curb and asked me to pull over there if I wanted to think about it a little bit more. And Sue reminded me of that, and I'd forgotten all about that particular thing. And that was a truly funny incident that I had forgotten, but it was nice to see Sue. And it was nice to see a lot of other people who I'd forgotten all about, you know, or I can't remember them, you know, as clearly as I'd like to. Roger Wenschlag and Tom Kramlinger, and I was glad to see that Tom Kramlinger's wristwatch was still hooked to his belt loop. It seemed to be operating just right. I don't know if it was on Central Daylight Time or what. Anyway, it was, you know, it was good to, you know, just see people I'd known and liked before, and sort of, you know, reconnect with people. So again, all of you, thank you very much for this thing. It's great. I really enjoy it. You may have seen my wife carrying a baby, you know, and no, this is not our baby. The person on my wife's left is our son, Nathaniel. It's his baby. And her name
well,
is,
yay, yay.
Her name is Murray. We named her after Grand Marais, where we vacationed.
No, they were married.
They were married there. And so it may have been conceived there too. I'm not That was the first time through. The marriage was the second time through. So. But I thought, no, Marie is a good name for a little girl. I like that. Marie Grace, you know, it seems to be kind of a nice name. I don't know if he knew that in French, Marie means marsh.
Yeah. I looked it up, so I knew.
he said he looked it up and he knew. And I don't know if I'd named my daughter Marsh or not. It seemed appropriate at the time. But anyway, I want to thank Larry and Alan and all the people who have just kind of marshaled their forces to just, kind of bring out a lot of old Wilson Learning people. I know that for you, it's it's nostalgic and good to see people again. And so, any excuse we have to get these people together is an okay excuse as far as I'm concerned. And Larry's right. It's the spirit of Wilson Learning is alive. And I never realized that until after I turned in my resignation. We had a going away party for Paige Glasgow. And we had it at that building. It was over by, where was that? It was just off 494 and 100. What?
Yeah.
Camelot, yeah. And so we were all down in the basement of the Camelot, and it was the same as this. You had people from Wilson Learning, present and past, kind of getting together. And I remember standing at one end of the room looking over all the people that were there. And I was standing talking to Buzz Bainbridge, and he said, look at all those people out there, if we put all those people together, they'd make a pretty good company. I said that's one of the great comments about Wilson Learning. And it really was. He spoke the truth. It would make a great company. But anyway, again, thank you very much for coming. I really appreciate it. I'm looking forward to new things coming up in the rest of the night here, so we can maybe reminisce a little bit more. So thank you.
Thank you. Bless you, my friend, bless you. And now...